Hello, North Country friends. I'm sorry I can't be with you today, but an important personal commitment keeps me below the notches. I'm deeply honored. This award keeps alive the memory of Olivia and acknowledges the enduring impact of her work. My experience with Olivia was limited to a few phone calls as we discussed the nuances of one policy or another. But I remember thinking how lucky a head was to have someone of her passion, her drive, and her intellect. Not to mention, she was a good and kind person too. 20 years ago, I was a panelist at a housing conference in Keene, and the moderator started by asking us a surprise question. Why did we care about housing? In an instant, I was taken back 20 years to my first job out of college. I was working in central New York, doing door-to-door income surveys in support of a federal grant application. As I drove through the onion fields on the south shore of Oneida Lake, I came to a place that looked uninhabited, but there was smoke rising from the chimney. I knocked on the door and was permitted to enter. I don't remember most of their answers to my questions, but I do remember this. 3 rooms, 14 people. I stood on the dirt floor of their home and saw the kettle stove in their kitchen, their only source of heat. They were migrant farmers. My parents grew up in the Depression and worked really hard, and they taught me the value of hard work, but I grew up in comfort. That day in the onion fields of central New York left a mark on me. It was more than the condition of the shack on the edge of those fields. It was the look in the people's eyes that reflected the crushing weight of poverty. So when I was asked why I cared about housing, I was reminded of what I saw that day in my own backyard and the anger and the shock I felt. 40 years later, I still feel that. But now, I also think of the joy that people express as they move into a new home built by a head or others with a similar mission. Now, our daily focus may be on construction or closing a loan or advocating for some policy. But let's always remember that the purpose of this work is so that more people can experience that joy of crossing the threshold to their new home, a place that is safe and decent and that they can afford. Thank you for this honor, and thank you for all the work that you do to help improve the lives of others.